Say What You Said, back at it again. We appreciate y'all for tuning in today, man. We got a special guest here today, Tylinn Carter. How you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Hey, girl. Girl, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm nervous. I'm good.
It's your first time on the podcast?
Yes.
Well, you good at speaking though, so this should be, fun.
I speak every day in front of little people though. They're all cute and they love me.
Yeah.
Because you're a teacher, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So she originally from Porter Ranch, California. All right. How you like the transition? How you been living out here for?
I like it. I mean, I went to Flagstaff first, so
Right,
that was totally different with the snow and all that. But down here in Phoenix is kind of like California to me. It's still hot,
Still a lot of things to do.
Yeah. It's not like Flag. Flag is kind of boring and
Well,
cold.
you can find some things to do.
No,
nothing. Just Flagstaff.
Just college.
Just
and
college.
Then you go down the mountain.
Did you never what's it called, like
after.
snowboarding?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Once with like Dallas and Khalil.
Yeah.
What'd you major in?
Education.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that explains.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
still,
what she's a teacher. Yeah. No, that's fun. Okay, that's what's up. But no, we just getting to know you first a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let the people know, whatever they got to know about Tylinn Carter before
I'm
we get
25.
started.
I'm an Aries.
Hey.
It's my third year.
Yeah.
I've taught everything. Like I taught special ed. I've taught kindergarten, first grade, and now second grade.
Oh, nice.
So I've been around.
Now, which one do you like better?
I like kinder, but I think it's kind of like on how good is your team. And I love my team this year, and it's second grade. So I have like the best school year because of my team.
Yeah.
But like the kids, I like them at kindergarten. They're really cute.
Yeah.
So it kind of matters.
Yeah.
When you taught like special ed and stuff, was that like hard to do?
Mm-hmm.
Because don't you have to be really patient?
I'm really patient, but it was really hard. Like I was getting like beat up every day.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, like kids couldn't control themselves and like just be hitting me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like physically?
Yeah, I taught autism, so kids with autism. So it was hard. Mentally, it was hard every day. Like first, it was like fun because every day was like a fast, fun day. But then, like the fourth month, it was kind of draining. Mentally, it was kind of draining.
Yeah, I'm about to say that.
Yeah, it got a lot, honestly, and a lot of paperwork too. So
Your best advice to the people that want to get into that?
do it. Yeah, just do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's what's up.
I love my job. I could not do anything else. I love it. So do it.
Yeah.
You like kids and you have patience, do it.
And then if you don't have patience?
Still do it. They'll learn. They'll learn fast how to every teacher is different. Every group is different in each classroom. So they'll learn you and then, act accordingly on how you are.
So as a teacher, you guys work. I noticed you guys work a lot during school. Do you work a lot outside of school too? Because I know some teachers.
So I have a contract hours. It's 8:30 to 4:30, I believe. I get there at 7:38, and I leave around 6:37, or even like 9 o'clock sometimes. It matters. Like reports are coming up, I'll probably be there kind of late, like 9 o'clock.
Do you do extra work voluntarily or?
Yes, that's all volunteer. You're not getting paid. I mean, I'm on salary, but you're not getting paid to be there. 9 o'clock. Yeah, because it's your class. I mean, but it's your class, and you want stuff a certain way, so you can't work during the school day really because the kids are there. Like I have PLC time, but it's only an hour, and it's like planning, so like making copies and laminating and getting stuff together. It's going to be after school, and then you don't want to rush. I love my team, so we sit there and talk sometimes, and we're like doing it, but not really doing, so it's, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. She's a vibe. I like it.
What's been the most fun part about it?
The kids. Yeah. Learning TikToks, no point.
Have you done TikToks with your kids?
Not yet.
I want to say, because I feel like nowadays, teaching nowadays is different because kids are so caught up to how
iPads.
the world is now and all that.
They're just funny. I don't know. It's like every day I don't know what's going to happen.
I see sometimes on your stories they be roasting you.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. They had a back, sessions on me, and I had my hair down one day, and they thought it was so big and curly. And they're like, "Look at Miss Carter with big hair." I'm like, "Oh, So it's really cute.
See, and I feel like you're the type of teacher that has what's the word? You try to be you have humor. Right?
Yes.
And I like teachers like that have humor instead of being the teachers that are so serious.
Right. No, my class is fun.
Have you
I'm very serious, but like I'm fun.
When you need to be.
Yeah, I'm more fun. Yeah.
Have you come across teachers like that?
What, serious? Yeah, but like every team's different. So like my team, we're all pretty much the same age. So the vibe is like all young, you know. And I worked with older teammates, but I learned from them. And then like my classroom is still my classroom. So like it's just me and my kids all day. So like what I do in my classroom is between me and my kids.
Right.
So if it's not their style, they don't care because as long as like they're respectful and they're quiet in the hallways, then you can't complain about how I run my class.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I had a question. How you feel like the programs and stuff that are being sent out to the kids?
Like
online. Do you feel online too? Do you feel it translates into the next stage of their life? Because I know like we get a lot of teachers that go, y'all gonna need this later.
Right.
You know
I mean, like telling time, yes. You know, learning about money, yes. Learning about shapes, yes, and learning about fractions, yes. Learning about how to read. Well, I mean, I teach elementary, so it's different. Like middle school, high school, and college, it's different, you know.
Yeah.
But elementary, a lot of that is like the basics, and then yes, I mean, like how to add 2 + 2. You need to know how to add, you know.
Yeah.
So for me, yes, a lot of things my kids need to know in the future, for sure.
Okay, dang, that's pretty interesting, man.
Yeah.
I can't even lie.
Yeah.
I think about my dad was a teacher. He used to substitute, like he used to substitute every once in a while.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, my dad did everything, man.
Right, yeah.
He was a security guard. He did everything. But he's kind of doing like in the same thing, like not teaching, but he's like with adults now.
Right, yeah.
Role stuff.
So it's like different.
Yeah.
But I mean, my kids have to learn how to read because how they're gonna be able to read signs outside or read, ingredients. So like yes, but like some schooling we don't need. Like in some middle school, I'm like not like necessary. But elementary, yes.
Yeah. And would you get away from elementary at all, or you want to stay there? Like,
I don't know. Everyone says they see me as being like a high school or middle school teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So
because there's a lot of kids that need a Carter.
Yeah, maybe.
There's a lot of kids.
So I don't know, but I love the babies.
I'm not gonna because I used to work at a daycare, and I'm not gonna lie, like teaching and just watching little kids, they're really funny.
They're fun.
They have personalities.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. So I feel
yeah. So it's kind of like, and also like my school has K through 5th, and I see 5th grade all day long. But I feel like since they are my height and they are more advanced, I feel like I will be very unprofessional with them because I feel like they're like my not my friend, but like I don't think I'll have a balance.
Yeah, there's some teachers
things,
because I remember in high school there were some teachers like that. There were some teachers that couldn't put the friendship stuff aside, or
I mean not friendship, but just like.
Or like
I might say certain thing that a regular teacher wouldn't say just because
we're cool.
Yeah.
No, that could be hard for sure.
Yeah, I know myself.
There were a couple of teachers in college that were cool with kids, but they would get out of line just because they're cool.
Right.
It was like, all right, you gotta learn how to separate business and pleasure.
Right. Yeah. I mean, even like certain like sayings that we say, like everyone said, I probably shouldn't be saying it in my classroom. Like bruh, like like. So I feel like I would say things like, oh, that was not, shouldn't have said that. But I mean, it's not bad. We'll get in trouble, but it's like, like we're not friends. Your teacher. So.
Have you ever had a kid get you out of your character?
No, but yes, like one of my kids flicked me off last
really?
Week with a double finger because I kissed her off.
Oh,
but like behind my back, so I didn't see what everyone saw. So everyone told Miss Carter, But no, because there's still second graders, so they still want to make you happy. But they're
because I'll tell you right now, I did the gym. I used to work at the gymnastics place. So I was like, I babysat before, watched the kids.
Yeah.
Some kids in there, you're just like, y'all don't get butt whoopings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta talk back to us, y'all. And then when you go home, we tell the parents, okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, what can we do?
I haven't got out of character, but it's just like you can definitely break down. Like there's some days that like you just go home, you just cry. You know, I mean, there's some days that are really hard. Even my school is very tough. It's a low income school. It's very tough. You know, the kids are hard because at home it's hard. You know, and some days you just feel like you're defeated. You know, like damn, I yelled all day. That's not fun to yell at kids all day, but. If not anything's going, like I feel more burnt out. I'm yelling all day, you know. So it's not out of character. Just like who wants to yell all day?
Right.
I want to be cool. You know, I play music all day in my class, and we vibe and we have our fun. But like, if you can't come in and do our procedure then I have to cut off the music and be like dead silence. That's not fun. But I'm tired of yelling about doing your morning binder. So now it's gonna be a no fun zone in the morning. You know, so it's kind of like. That can be draining.
Yeah.
So how do teachers discipline students nowadays? Because I remember when we were in elementary school, we used to pull cards or.
Yeah. Oh no, we don't do public humiliation. No, we don't do that.
What was that? Public humiliation?
Yeah, we don't do that.
Really? That's what it's looked at as now?
Yeah, that's embarrassing to everyone. So like, you're on the red card.
I took that as like, all right, I'm never gonna do bad because I don't want to pull that card.
It's 21. We say.
Every time pull the card or like.
You don't care.
Yeah, get away with it.
I was scared because my dad.
Right.
Every time I pulled a card, they let my dad know, and he would come in and sit in class and watch me. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I didn't get that far. I didn't get that far.
I was scared.
I think I think my dad did that to Khalil once, or he did that to me maybe once. I'm not sure. He sat in one of my classes and then sat in Khalil's classes like the rest of the day. Like I kid you not, but those are parents that care. I tell you.
Right. Yes. So nothing's wrong with it.
Yeah.
But. I'm very good at classroom management, like a voice control type of thing. So it's like how your mom should talk to you when you're in public. You need to sit down before I really have a problem with you. You know, but you're smiling, but you know. So it's kind of and then also every kid's different. Like certain kids that I have are very sensitive, so I can't be loud with them. I can't do certain things. I know they're gonna break down. Some kids, we can argue for a whole hour about why they should be doing this, but it's okay, and their parents are okay with it as well. Right. So it's kind of like every kid is different.
Is it you think it's like parenting?
Yes, and also since I do teach second grade and I'm 25, when you think about it, parents that had kids at 18 or 19, they're about second graders, right? Yeah. So a lot of my kids' parents are young. So how I'm talking is how their mom talks. So we can they can understand where I'm coming from and being like, you need to sit down.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with you today. So it kind of matters.
Do you do the writing notes home and stuff like that?
No, I'm not. I call it tattling, and I don't do that. We don't tattle in class. What happens in class is in class. However, we're gonna do it like in class. So like I have STEM bins every Friday. It's a fun 30 minutes of them playing with different bins, and if you don't earn it by Friday, you don't get it. Am I going to call your mom and write a note? No, we're just going to sit there and watch everyone else play while you're, it's very rare that it happens. I haven't had it happen yet, but you know what happens. One of my kids, they stole we had this Power On coupons, right, to win stuff at the Power On store, and one of my kids stole another kid's Power On holder that had 100 Power Ons. So when I found out, I know it was bad, but I took off his Power Ons and took the other ones and dumped them out for everybody. Because I said, if you steal, this is what's gonna happen.
Right.
You're gonna lose everything.
Right.
So you better not steal. So I didn't call the mom or dad or grandma or grandpa. I just handled it in the classroom. So now when I see someone steal, I'm like, I'll dump it all out. So that showed more than calling mom and getting in trouble at home. No, you handle it in the classroom.
See, and that's
I used to like teachers like that. And then tell my mom, no.
I got kids crying you tell my mom? I'm gonna tell her. Yeah. So you can stop. Okay. Yeah. They're terrified, So
I mean, that's good. That's good parenting.
Yeah.
So do you my dad was telling us this. He's like, honestly, I didn't really like trip, but he's like, I wanted you guys to make sure
you
knew what was coming if you guys did this or if you guys did this. And so I was like, okay, I mean that's fair, you know what I'm saying? There's some people that think like differently, but
no, I love that. Like one of my kids, I can use I'm gonna call your dad card and he's fine, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And I never call it dad. I don't want to call him neither. I don't want him, you know. But he brought money from home. It was his money. It was like $60, right? And I guess it got stolen, but then they found it. I don't know what happened. Yeah. But the principal called his dad to tell him, and he came back upstairs to me and told me. I was like, he called Dad. He was like, he called him only because he wasn't. Like, he should have brought money to school, and his mom and dad told him not to, but he did it anyways. So he was like, they called them. I was like, dang, man, come on. Like, we were like, both crying, like, when you get home, you gonna get it. And I was like, I'll see you tomorrow, you know? So it was like sad, but like, I would never call. I would have been like, we got the money back, so it was all a little secret, but don't do it again, you know? And I would have worried, but calling Dad and Mom, like, dang, we don't tag tell in the card class. So.
There was a bunch of teachers. So look, what we used to get was teachers that would sit there, call for a parent conference. You got the kid crying outside, you know what I'm saying, and they be talking inside. But my dad always had mentioned to the teachers or whatever, like, look, I can't control what they were doing. I can control what they're doing now. Right, yeah. So if you bring up old stuff to me, it doesn't matter. Like, you I guess you handled it that day or whatever you did.
But you didn't if you're still bringing it up.
Yeah, or
in my eyes,
or when the teacher goes, well, he's not disrespectful, but he does, this, then did you need to tell me that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and also it's like the environment that you create, like, we do clown roast in my class, but only towards me, like not to each other, So it's kind of like you have that relationship and bond with your students. You can certain things you can do and you just cannot do. You know how to have them respect you. So I don't feel like tattling all the time to parents is necessary, especially 10 weeks later at a conference. Yeah.
Do you feel like everything in college that's like prepared you for like what you're doing now?
No. I think only for teaching wise was student teaching when I was in college for that, because teaching is an art. Like, you have to go in and find your career and find what you like. So it's not, every classroom has a different style as well. So I don't think it helped me. And also when it comes to teaching kids, I'm learning kind of with them. Like, we're doing OA and OW last week. Like I can learn that with them, So it's like, I guess college helps, but no.
So going back to advice and stuff, if people want to become teachers, do you think they should like start off in the daycare, or did you like just jump straight into being a teacher?
Definitely start into, well, I don't want to say daycare, but start into something. So like every summer that I was in college, I worked at a daycare or I worked at a summer camp. So every summer I got like 3 months of me having a TA or classroom experience. And then when you are doing you are in the major, you have like practicum. You do like 8 hours a week in a classroom, so that helps you too. I would say summertime, get a summer job with education. If you're a TA, if you are a summer counselor, if you are a camp counselor, something, because that'll help you as well.
Yeah, because I've seen some people who don't do anything, they jump straight into it and they're like,
oh my God,
lose my mind. Like,
right.
It's like, you gotta understand kids, like, you gotta be patient.
And they don't know. Like, I have certain staff members that, like, they didn't have any, like, previous experience.
Right. So that is their experience.
Yes, and if you see the classroom, you're like, they're out of control because they don't know how to teach.
I feel like that's what makes a teacher hate to teach. That's their first experience.
Yeah. And then they come in and just start handing out detention.
Right. They're like overly mad, or they're breaking down because it's so like it's draining. Let's say to yell all day. For me, it is. I don't yell all day, but like some days it's like it's a rough day, and that's draining.
So do you think it's not easier or harder? But do you think like guys have the same like not problem, but like the same.
Like being a teacher?
Yeah, being a teacher. Do you think it's like the same experience?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have multiple male staff at my school. Like we had a kindergarten teacher and he was a male. Even fourth grade, I believe he's a male. Right. But yeah, it's all classroom management.
Do you think their teachings are different, or do you guys pretty much teach like similarly?
I mean, I hope the same, right? I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched them teach, but I feel like it's not a gender; it's the teacher.
Right.
So I feel like
it's a person. Yeah.
It kind of matters on the personality of the teacher, because like some things that I allow in my classroom, others will be like, oh no.
Yeah.
But I think it's fun.
Right.
So it's not, I wouldn't say male or female, it's just how you are as a teacher.
Yeah. Okay, man.
Personally.
So speaking on the whole, like going back to, the parents being young and stuff like that, like how's that dealing with them? Do you see things in like how they're teaching? Do you see like, all right, that's a little much or not enough?
Not enough or too much. Some of my kids are way too advanced at second grade to know certain things. I'm
like what?
Ooh, so like, no, I mean, I'm not saying anyone's name.
Yeah, so you can tell us.
Yeah, so like one of my, this was last year, this was first grade, but the girl mom was a dancer, like a stripper.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
No. So we had like poles outside for like I think handball. I don't know what that game is. Yeah.
Bro.
And she was doing her little routine.
Oh,
no. Kind of like
the mom?
No, the little girl.
I thought the mom came.
No, the little girl, but it's because she sees her mom practice all every day at home. So that's a little bit too much for me,
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was a lot. We all were like, stop. Like, whoa,
Don't talk to me for a second.
Yeah, what's going on at home? Man, nothing, just because, we can talk, So that was kind of interesting. But certain things that they say, like, I think like TikTok-wise, I feel like that's a big thing. So are they advanced? Yes, but it's like innocently, yes.
Do you think social media is affecting education?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good.
Yeah, I think so.
Social media,
it is.
Yes.
Does it help though? Because there are some things that
social media or using like we have like certain apps for education that's different.
I would say.
I think it goes both ways.
We can talk about both. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so let's speak on the apps.
So apps, yes, I love Seesaw. I love all my apps. That is amazing. However, I realized, because I am doing second grade this year, that a lot of my kids cannot. Their handwriting is horrible. Mm-hmm. Because it's all day they're doing, like, we do stations, right? Yeah. And if it's an app, they're just going like that, spell the word. They're not actually writing the word. Yeah. So the handwriting is horrible nowadays. Yeah, so we kind of stopped the whole iPad thing. Okay. For this year, but they got to catch up on other stuff, so you know more. But we do a lot of handwriting, honestly. But I realized the iPad's cool, but handwriting is.
Does Cursive?
Yes.
So what does Cursive have? I'm just curious. I don't ever use Cursive.
I never use Cursive either.
Right, for signature.
Just for signature?
We're actually starting Cursive in like next semester, so. I don't have to ask, why do we do it?
No,
but for signatures, I mean, the only thing I think of.
But they had us write out sentences. I remember one teacher had me write an essay in cursive. Like,
right.
It was all of the teachers.
I mean, most of them had us write it in cursive. And thinking about it now, I'm like, I don't ever use cursive like that.
We just started teaching it. I wouldn't say, I don't know why. Only thing that I see that is very different is reading and math. It's very different. Like the way we teach math is completely different on how I learned. Personally.
Man, it is. Remember we were trying to help Kelly and
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, not hard. It's hard when you don't know it that way.
Yeah, it's like so complicated.
It's like higher thinking, critical thinking.
For a second grader, make it easy.
But it is. Yeah. They want us to understand the meaning on why we're doing it. That's not doing it by heart. So like, Like we're doing regrouping double digits, right? We're learning how to unbundle and then bundle, blah blah. Instead of just crossing it out, put the one on top or two.
Yeah.
It's just they want to learn like the meaning of it.
Like the crossing out thing got me through a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. But yeah, so that's just like math. I see a big change. Reading, I see a big change with like fonts and all that. But handwriting, I don't know. I just feel like we just lack it because we have so much technology.
Yeah.
And I work at a technology school as well, so it felt like we just don't do handwriting a lot, and that's the issue.
That can be troubling sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just curious on the cursive thing.
Yeah, I had to ask, why do we do it? But I think for signatures, like when they're 25 years old, why not 7? Like, let's do it now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so then speaking on just like the apps, and then we go, on the other side as far as social media.
Right.
Like, how does do you feel that's help? Or
yes,
or?
But not for kids, for the teachers.
Mm-hmm.
I follow so many like TikTok teachers and Instagram teachers of how they might organize their classroom a certain way, or how they might teach fonts a certain way. But kids, no, I don't think kids need it at all. But teachers, I learned so many different styles and methods by going on TikTok. Yeah, even like my classroom, like decor was from TikTok. Seeing someone's classroom like across the world. But I like the way she did it. So. For us, yes, but not for the students. No, we don't need it.
Well, do you have some of those students that have like phones or anything?
Yes.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
They have phones?
2nd grade?
Oh yeah, the world has changed.
iPhone at that. Like when my
13?
No.
Oh, I'm about to say
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, because it's like you might as well get it because it's not gonna be a big price difference anyways.
Yeah.
I was like.
But yeah, they have phones. But my rule is I have a charging station, so plug up your phone and have it charged all day. So they can't be on it. No, it can be on. Even I'm very flexible. Sometimes sometimes moms, like my mom, like not my mom, but my kid's mom would call in the morning because she walks to school. Mm-hmm. So answer the FaceTime. I don't care. Yeah, she started class, but she's worried, so answer. I think she wanted to go home early. Or no, she wanted to go home with her friend that day instead of whatever it was. Call her on, and ask her. I don't care. Go sit in the corner, call her. So she says, boom. It's not worth all day her being upset because she couldn't call her mom.
Yeah, I used to look at back in the day like it was a privilege though. Like I was like, man, why does he get to go in the corner and go call? Like I want to do that.
Well, mind your business.
Yeah.
You don't have a phone, right?
More of the story.
Yeah, so it's like we don't compare and compete in this card's class. Mind your business.
Yeah.
So if you don't have your phone, okay, but she does, and her mom called her, and I have her phone too, but it's by my desk. So I say mom, I'll say, hey, answer it because I know what she wants. So she's not calling just to call and say hi. She knows that you're at school. Worried. Yeah. Or mom would say, text her hey, I'm gonna be late. We need to know that. So answer the text message, and then also it was sad. Well, not it was cute, but sad. Her aunt was having a baby, and she was having a C-section. She was worried all day about her aunt. So just call her. It's so she answered. Everyone saw the baby, and the rest of the day was fine. But all night she was crying, I'm worried about my aunt. No, she cares. It's a very serious, surgery.
Right.
I'm call her. It's not worth this fight all day. Just call her right now. FaceTime the baby. You say hi. Go sit in the corner. I'll say hi too, because everyone knows me too. And then we move on. So it's being flexible. But not every teacher is like that. That might be,
my time.
Time. So you call her after school. I'm no, it's not worth it. She's in 2nd grade. It's not worth her being worried all day. So it's kind of a balance.
Yeah, no, that's tough. That's cool. That's a lot of insight on teaching. Y'all need whoever wasn't taking notes.
Right. No, Rita came in. She was it's so cool seeing you be a teacher. She's I never knew the inside of being a teacher. So yeah, it's a fun job. Stressful. Yell all day, but it's fun.
Yeah. Only certain kids. Have you ever had those kids where you're oh, he needs some more time, or he needs some more attention?
Yes, but it's it's how you treat them If they like you, they're going to love you, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's like one of my kids, every year, and he's in second grade this year, every teacher said they don't really like him, he's this way, he's that way, and I love him this school year. I almost want to watch all because I create that atmosphere that you can't not have fun in my class or just like being here, you know? Like last year he sat against the wall because he was so distracting. He sits in a pod now and he's fine. Yeah. He might rock his chair back and but it don't bother me. He's super smart, so I'm not worried about him sitting there nice. Like he can, so certain things it doesn't bother me. Yeah. And I think it's a control thing with certain teachers. Like some things it's not. Yeah. Just let it happen. While they're learning.
Have you ever had those teachers that come to you talking about you're not doing something right?
Yes, but not with my students though. So every team is different, and I've had really bad and mean teams where they always nitpick what I'm doing. So it's not, but it's to be mean. You know, if I'm in control of doing all the reading standards, I might pick the wrong one on accident because I'm just learning. It's only my first year teacher and second year teacher. I'm learning, how to teach. They'll nitpick me and bring me down or call my principal in and kind of make me embarrassed. And I'm like, you could have said, "Oh, Ty, it's wrong. Do it this way," and I would have learned. Yeah. So I've had bad team members, but not how I'm teaching is a problem. No.
I think that's the problem with people nowadays. They're so judgmental instead of wanting to help. If somebody's new and at least a job environment, help them because they don't know.
Think. I don't know. What are you doing?
You're considered a veteran, so you got to teach them that knowledge. And then if you teach them that knowledge, they look up to you and they're like, "Okay, I appreciate that. I respect you because you taught me a lot."
Yeah. Right, but not every veteran.
Not everyone knows how to come across. Not everyone knows how to come across like that because there's some people that they mean well, but
no. If you're a teacher, you know how to talk to people.
Okay, right.
Duh. So you know what you're doing to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not mean well. You know what you're doing.
Yeah. But I feel like some people just don't know. Some people.
Half of them are not teachers then.
Okay. Well,
if
the teacher said it, then you do.
Yeah, you know how to talk to a parent, right? You know how to talk to a principal, right? So what's wrong with talking to me, right?
Right. Okay. No, you got that's right.
Yeah, you can smile and and do it right with them, so you can do it right with me.
Right. Okay.
So it's kind of no.
No, that's facts. Shoot.
No. They know what they're doing.
Whoever's doing that need to stop.
Yeah, no. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And it's to be spiteful on purpose,
Yeah. Okay.
I think.
So speaking on your experience at college, we want to just go back to that. How was that? Because, NAU,
I was from there too.
Yeah. Can you speak on some of those things for us?
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun at NAU. I think from being an athlete made it fun.
What sport did you do?
That's a sport. Track and field.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. What events?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
no, I don't know.
400 and 200. Then 4x4, the DMR. So.
What's the DMR?
Distance medley relay.
Oh, that was really fun.
It's I think it's the mile, 400, 800, 2 miles, something like that. Yeah. No, it is fun. It's so much fun.
It's fun for people that do it.
Yeah, it's fun because they know what's gonna happen because it's a long relay, but a lot of things can happen.
That's true.
So it's fun to watch first and be part of too. I loved it every year.
Yeah, I did some of their practices.
Yeah,
I did some of their practices, man. Coach Mac. Shout out Coach Mac, man. Yeah. He was those track practices.
I miss it though. I miss how my body not even looked, but how it felt.
Yeah.
Working but training, not working out. I can go on walks and run, but training, my body felt better.
Yeah.
So I miss that.
It was obviously different.
I was running for something.
Yeah.
Now I'm just trying to be cute. I'm good. I'll eat my little cheeseburgers. I'm fine. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm a little thick. I don't mind. So oops. But I'm trying again. Eventually. Yeah.
That's what's up. Shout out NAU.
I had fun. I will do it again. I will literally go back and do it all over again. Probably in the same way. SayWatUSaid, but probably the same. So, because maybe who who I am. I'll do it again.
You know, it's only because I know her that I'm.
Yeah, he's like, do it again, for real, do it again. I'm like, no, we're not. Trauma, no way.
Some history there.
Right.
Just like, yeah.
But I would do it. I would go to that school again and be on the same team at least. And then I love
that first year I got there, that year was fun.
Yeah, I love college.
That year, I think you were graduating.
I was senior.
Yeah, you were graduating almost on your way out. Yeah. So, that first year I got there, that team, that, track house, shout out track house. I don't know who y'all are.
You're right, I loved
but
it.
It was a
lot.
It was a lot.
But I feel like over 4 years of something's going to happen and be bad eventually, sadly to say, like, it's going to crumble eventually. Just too much time together, something's going to crumble eventually.
Yeah.
But it didn't crumble completely, but it kind of fell apart,
Yeah.
But like, all good things come to an end.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I had fun. I would do it. I'll do it again.
Yeah. Were you GAing at all?
No, I left. I went to ASU.
Oh, you did. You GA over there. Right?
Yes. Well, I was a college athlete, so like a student athlete tutor. So it's for like football players, basketball.
Is that where you get your master's?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got your master's?
Yeah.
Okay.
They paid for it.
You too?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Student loans, man.
Hey.
But I mean, I could have stayed at NAU and got paid for it, but all the trauma I had to go.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's worth the money to get up out of here.
Some heat.
Yeah, I had to go.
Yeah, you were in heat.
Heat.
Out here is hot. I can't. Like that's the one thing I can't stand.
Well,
like this time right now.
It feels good. Nice. I mean, I'd rather be hot than be cold.
Really? I like being cold than hot.
No, I don't like bumping up at NAU and wearing 10 layers of clothing. Like when you go out, you can't be cute. I don't know.
I don't know about no 10 layers.
10 layers.
Yeah. I don't know about no 10 layers, but
I mean,
I didn't. Because I never had that. I never had the 10 layer part.
I had to walk. I walked a lot at NAU.
Oh, well, you had your car though.
But like I still didn't. Like parking on campus was so hard.
Yeah. Did you have a pass?
No. Oh. I walked. Like I'll walk from my Greenleaf or I still walk. Yeah. Hey, don't ride past me. Pick me up. So I walked a lot, so I was bundled up, and I'm from California, so I'm cold.
No, it wasn't. I'm not saying it wasn't cold or wasn't, but like I like throwing on some layers here and there. But
I'd rather have on short shorts and a tube top.
It was to the point where you had to wear leggings and stuff like on top of that.
At least in Flagstaff too.
In Flagstaff, that part I couldn't do.
I didn't like it.
Practices they sucked.
I didn't like
it. If we were outside, they sucked. So it's like especially when we got a new coach. So this was after you left. Mm-hmm. We had Coach Ball. He came in. And, the coach now.
Wait, the football coach?
The football coach now.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
but we got a new coach. Mm-hmm. And he wanted to change like how we approached, playing away.
Change the program.
So we started how they're getting a new field and a new building that they're being made. It's so
jealous
nice
that I wasn't there.
Oh my gosh.
Jealous.
They have the underwater treadmills. They have the
I haven't seen
ice
it.
bath.
I've only seen
the cold tub and the hot tub.
Really?
It's like underwater.
Right.
It drops down like professional type. I was like, oh wow.
And then you doing it.
Oh yeah. And their so their weight room is also 2 times bigger.
Is it upstairs, downstairs, or is it just?
It's one big warehouse.
So it's going to be inside the dome.
No. So they said they might keep that.
Just for extra training or something?
Yeah, for something.
Like PT stuff maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah, because we don't have a PT weight room. We have PT room technically, like a weight room.
Yeah, so I think that's what it is. I think that because they're going to keep the physical for game days and stuff like that. They're going to keep that there. But the new one that's being built is so much nicer.
I want to see it.
And the tutoring session, the tutoring section that they have,
right?
So much nicer.
Is it nicer?
Yeah.
Wait, it was a vibe.
At HOC.
Yeah, it was a vibe because it was so small that you knew everyone by the first week of school because you see the same faces every day. So I like that part because it was small, so everyone had to be in there. So all freshmen had a certain amount of hours. So you start meeting other other sports. So I like it.
That part was
fun.
So my last year too, we had the swipes. Like we had to swipe in, get the hours, and
swipe
no. out. Like they changed that.
We didn't have that.
Yeah, they changed it.
No, it was just like a little sheet.
Oh yeah.
It's like
first
a sheet.
year, but so the second year we got a new guy.
Because like I have Michael.
Because I think Michael left after that year.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my dog.
I know.
Dude,
shout out to him.
Yeah.
There's so many days like where I came in
The
and he would stay up. He would stay up. He would talk.
Right. Yeah.
All right,
Like
I got you.
it's a vibe. You can have a vibe. Then I know. Yeah. College is it's fun, but it's kind of depressing too. You're
because you gotta grow.
And you're alone. Like you're not with your families as well, and then you're far from home usually.
Yeah.
See, I had a different experience because when we moved out here, I was commuting.
Mm-hmm.
So to have you guys tell me about being on campus stuff, this seems fun. I wish I had that experience.
Go back.
Because I would. Oh no, I ain't going back. I ain't going back.
I'm good.
But yeah.
It's different. It's different commuting was because there were some kids that lived in Flagstaff
Yeah.
and they commute, and it's like it's literally different. Like living on campus was different. And
like I want all my kids to go.
Technically,
first semester.
I didn't even live on campus technically.
Yeah,
because when I got there, I was a transfer, so I was in the track, but I was with everyone that was like they knew everything.
I mean, like living on campus is different. As long as you live, you have college living, but it's off campus, so like a mile from school. That's that's what I did usually. I lived on campus like the whole 4 years.
Yeah.
But that was fun.
Well, shout out to NAU.
Yeah, I'll go back.
Which experience you like better, ASU or?
NAU, but I wish I had NAU at AAC. Like all my friends at NAU went to AAC because I like that we have more things to do down here, and then like the weather is hotter, so we can do stuff longer. So that part, because like I came down here by myself, so like that was something like I wish I had my friends down here.
Yeah. So then talking about like being by yourself, living on your own. You know what I'm saying? Like how is that? Like because
I like it a lot.
And this is for some of the viewers that saw us last week. How you feel as far as moving out. Like when do you think the right time is? Because I always thought it was circumstance, especially being of age, whatever it is. Like when you're 18, there's some parents that
Right. I feel like it's so many different factors. Because if you do go to college at 18, you move out automatically because you go to live on campus if you do that. But if you don't choose to do that, then I feel like it matters on the parents as well. Like personally, I love my mom and dad. Yeah, but I can never live with them again. From living by yourself, living with a family member again, it's like what? Like I'm used to being in and out, doing what I want to do. Like it's not even being rude, but like I don't want to tell you where I'm going because I'm just trying to be outside. I don't know.
Okay.
So.
I
feel like I have friends that live at home right now at 25 and they're struggling because they're battling with parents all the time of like being like childish, like, oh, like, can I please leave tonight? Like, it's like certain things I'm not asking at 25 years old, asking my parents, can I leave for the weekend? Like, I'm too grown for that. So it's kind of like, what are you staying home for?
But sometimes it has to do with money.
You're right. So what are you staying home for?
Most of those friends they like California, right?
Yeah,
because California is expensive.
But I also think mental health is more important as well. So you living with your mom or dad or parents, and it's mentally draining.
But where are you going?
Find a roommate.
Oh, I mean, but not everybody. But the roommate thing, not
everybody
can be trusted. Come on, man, you had your experience with roommates. Come on.
But I see a lot of people that are just like suffering living at home.
I mean, but it's both. But then when they leave, they're like, "Dang, I should have stayed."
Financially, maybe, but not mentally. No.
Well, okay, so think about it like this. So I had the same situation where I was like, I just can't live at home. I can't do it. But then, like looking back, it was just my maturity towards things because my parents were very give and take. So at this age, they honestly don't really care if I leave or come and go. If I'm busy, like they'd rather not see me at home. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, my mom wouldn't trip. My dad, he wouldn't trip anymore because they know. Okay, I'm trying to progress. I'm trying to make it, but that's me. Obviously.
But also, it's why are you staying home for what? Because a lot of staying home can be enabling their child as well. So like, if some parents use it as a control thing, where they won't make you pay rent or nothing, but then again, you don't really have a job because you don't have to pay any bills and kind of kicking in.
So they're complacent.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, I know a lot of friends that live at home, parents are very busy. You can probably get them even money, or they work at Target because it might be like they can go just have better jobs, but because they need just their hair and lashes money, and not because they don't have nothing to really buy. Yeah. So,
but then that's on like themselves, isn't
right.
it?
Right. So I feel like it's every person's different. I know some people that like, I didn't live at home after college, but I did stay in college living to have cheaper rent. Right. So that was hard having four roommates that were still in college and all that. But my motive was to stay for 2 more years, live in college on campus, and stack up, right? Yeah. So, but I worked 3 jobs while I was doing that. So, but that was my motive. So some people are staying at home and just kicking it,
not doing anything with their life.
Not doing anything.
So
then it's kind of like.
So if there's someone progressing but still living at home, because that was advice given by somebody famous. Like he was like, you know, what's the best advice? What's the best advice you can use? Like live with your parents as long as you can. Because, you know, rent saves you.
Right.
There's some things like financially that saves you, like. You know, if your mom's eating every night, you eat every night.
Too, right? So it's kind of like, but I thought a lot of people don't take that route. They live at home and they just get lazy with it.
Right.
Because they have no responsibility at all.
Yeah. So then it becomes themselves trying to have to get out of it. Yeah. So
it kind of matters. It kind of matters. Every person's different. I know some people that live at home, but they're grinding. 3 jobs. They're barely home. So why pay for somewhere? Right. Some people are at home. They're at home all day kicking it or going shopping. You know, because they have here and there jobs just to like get by for their needs, not to move out.
Right. And that can be tough.
Because the goal should be to move out as soon as possible.
Yeah. No, that's facts. I mean, it's saving up seconds. Yeah,
right.
trying to, you know, move on and stuff like that. That's
I feel like
huge.
every person's different.
Yeah. No, and for the kids that did move out at that time, like, you know, keep doing it. You know, keep grinding. Because it's still like you know, everybody has those days where they're just like, man, I should have stayed home.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie, I've had a couple of those where I probably should have.
But like me, I would have went back home. And I just didn't want. I liked it out here. Like I could have either went back home, lived for free, and not did the whole college dorm thing for 2 more years. Right. But I mean, like, why not be here? You know. Yeah. So can I find a group? Yes, it was 4 roommates, and it was a lot. But I worked 3 jobs, so I purposely wasn't home. So it's kind of like, what are you doing with this grind mode? Or you're just gonna be chilling?
Is that when you were at the one in Tempe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, like that rent was like dummy cheap because it was college.
Yeah, college dorms.
College dorms.
Yeah.
But I'd rather do that for 2 years than to go back home for 2 years and live free.
That was a fun time.
Yeah, I mean it was fun. Yeah. It was fun. But I mean 4 roommates is a lot too when you're 23 years old trying to, you know, be on your own.
And you're more mature than most.
Right, or they were still in college and I was done. So like they would be out till 4 in the morning, come home, love. I'm a teacher still, so I have work at 7:30. I'll be like, fuck, you know.
Yeah, like, come on, yeah.
Like I'm trying to sleep right now. So
could y'all help a sister?
Yeah, like be quiet. You know, parties, you know, Saturday and Sunday. Or really Saturday. Friday night and Saturday, not Sunday.
You get Sundays? You get the roommates that come in on Sundays?
But come in on Tuesdays nights.
Oh, goodness.
Taco Tuesday, go up and come home loud. I'll be looking like, I know it's not midnight, and you come in and stumbling in, and I'm trying to fall asleep. I'm a light sleeper. So I'm like, no. But I mean, it's worth it to like move out now and be comfortable, and I'm set, you know. So it's like living at home or living somewhere else, but you have to grind. What is the motive? Yeah. So I don't knock anyone from living at home, but what are you doing with it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you really...
So you view somebody that's like, so this is kind of speaking on like a relationship type of thing. Do you view that as negative? If a guy is living at home?
But he's
let's say he's progressing. Let's say you.
I'm 25, right?
So let's say you get let's say it's the same age, and he so happened to be doing the same thing. He's just trying to stack money.
Right.
Do you view that differently? Like, there's your perspective and a woman's
right.
perspective.
Yes, and it's kind of hard because it matters. Like, matter what it is. So like, I feel like I want to date someone that has what I have. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to date someone that's, what's the best word, but not beneath me, because that's not one. But I want you to match what I have, because I've dated people that are that weren't, and that was other issues.
But you know how hard that is to get to like.
Right, I feel like what I did was very hard, but a lot of people do it. It's not just me.
Oh, no.
You know, so it's like I want to date someone that is like me,
right.
Or same parents, you know, and same mentality as me. So I feel like yes and no. But if they're in med school living at home, that's different conversation. So it kind of matters on.
Yeah, no, because my cousin, she back home, she med school, did the whole thing,
right?
But
so,
she, living in her parents' home, but she never home right now.
So if you're working at Target, you're living at home, but you're working 5 hours shifts, I'm probably not gonna talk to you. But if you're have a real job and you're grinding and you are married, whatever it is, I will probably talk to you.
No, because there is always that dreamer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's always that person that's they have to have that job right now in order to get to where they're going.
Right.
Or, okay, well, I'm doing this to get experience because, out of college, I don't have any job experience.
Well, I feel like it's a path, and common sense, I can know if someone's on the right path or not.
Right.
I'm in, say, a nurse school. I can think of nursing right now, but if she was a CNN, and then LVN, then an RN, then BSN. That's a path.
Right.
So I can, she goes at home. That makes sense. Because her career is on a path.
Right.
But if every time I talk to you, you're working for Amazon for 3 months, then you got Target next month, you got Lucky Brand.
Okay.
It's what is the plan?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Tell me. Help me. Help you. Because I don't know it.
Yeah.
But let's say you want to be a truck driver, and you're in truck driving school, but you will live at home for that 6 weeks, whatever it is, and you're working at Target. That's different because you're in school, blah blah blah. So it's kind of what is your plan? What's your plan with it?
Yeah. No, if their plan is
it's not making sense to me. I'm okay, I'm gonna.
You gonna chug up the deuces?
I'm gone.
And even if so let's say they have a good heart and stuff, and they there and they doing all that.
What if it's everything you need in a man? He's respectful, he has everything he needs, personality-wise, human-wise, all that. But he's just not there as far as jobs and living situation.
But that's not a man in my head. I mean, I'm
that's not a man.
Okay, yes, but so it's okay, but financially is a man too. So what?
That's facts. No, that's big facts.
When I see those memes, it's would you rather be broke and happy or rich and miserable? Define miserable, because I'm rich. So define it. What do you mean? Because being broke and happy, that doesn't work.
No. So when they mean that though, they don't mean literally broke. Sometimes this is my view.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is my view on that. They don't mean. Sometimes I don't think they mean literally your
paycheck to paycheck. That's broke to me.
Well, because for some things homeless people, there's not a lot of sometimes it's a choice. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes those things
is a choice.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes those things are because they'd rather not deal with whatever they're dealing with. They just rather be homeless or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
I was but then you have all these rich and famous people crying on social media, coming out talking about I'm depressed. That you're rich. You're one of the most popular people.
But I don't think money makes you happy. Mm-hmm. But it can definitely release some stress.
Yeah.
Difference of happy and stress.
But then is that happiness?
Well, I feel like the word happy or happiness is so broad. Yeah. It's kind of not impossible to be fully happy. You're not going to be fully 100% happy.
Yeah, that's big facts.
Our life is not going to be perfect. So what is really happiness? It says, are you happy in that moment? Right? Are you happy in that moment? Or happy for that month? Are you happy in this life? It's kind of what is really, what is being happy?
Yeah. I
don't think anyone really know that because no one's perfect.
No one's, so when you say that, it's happy and broke, what is happy?
Yeah.
And what is miserable? Like,
well, no, because it's like, I mean, as far as miserable, like I'm telling you,
what things
beauty is like when you give up on life and you don't feel like trying at all.
But then
that's miserable.
But then that means you're not. But that means you're not rich then. Because when you're rich, you're doing something to get rich. So So like these terms of like, well, the famous people are there.
Okay, so the thing about fulfillment, right? So sometimes those things of money and things of materialistic things and rich, sometimes those things like it'll never fill you.
Right.
So being fulfilled, sometimes you fulfill like, oh, I'm happy where I'm at. I got a family.
Right.
I got a house. I got a at-home gym. I'm in
right.
the gym every day.
But that's not being. But that's not being rich, or that's not being poor. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like I can live in a 2-bedroom house or town, whatever, and be happy. I got everything that I need. And some people can have a 5-bedroom house, and that makes them happy. So it's kind of like everyone's happiness is different.
Right.
But I know living paycheck to paycheck is not happiness. So you cannot sit here and fight with me because that's not. Struggling is not being happy.
No,
struggling is not fun. Struggling is not it's not anything positive. So like when you say, oh, well, you like date someone that doesn't have money, but we'll be struggling together. So I'm not gonna be happy every time I gotta come in. I gotta make this food last all week. I'm not happy doing it. I might love my man, but I'm not happy. That's not happy. Yeah. So don't tell me like if he's nice, kind, loving, he bills. Okay, but I'm stretching out the whole week's groceries. That's not happy. Stop telling me that. So
yeah, where's it at?
It's a balance of being rich and being poor and happy and miserable. It's like or I feel like yes, a man can buy you everything and you're miserable with him because he's cheating and something like that. That's why you're miserable. Or he's not fun. But that's a character flaw. That's nothing to do with money.
Yeah.
Right.
So money should not be a factor in a relationship of being happy or not because...
like I said, like for some people that, they come out, they talk about, they're miserable.
Right.
But then people look at them like, well, your network is going crazy.
Well, I think because people only think happiness is with money, and that's not true. Okay. Because I feel like if I date someone and they're everything to me and they're perfect, but we can never go out on a date because they're broke, I'm gonna be like, I'm stuck in the house. I'm not gonna be happy. Like, dang, like I love to go to the movies tonight, but we don't have no money, so we can't.
Didn't we have this conversation about wealth and rich?
Was that it was.
Yeah, so like
rich. Yeah. What's your definition of wealth and rich?
Like, is there something like there's a difference?
Big difference.
Wealth
is like a never-ending cycle.
It's like a generation.
Yes. Yeah. Wealth is never gonna stop. Rich, I feel like you can look rich, but you can't look wealth. It doesn't even make sense when you say it. I can look rich, but I can't look wealthy. Mm-hmm. I am wealthy.
You the loudest brother in the room. You the brokest brother.
Right, like, does he only have one chain? Wealth and rich is more of an act. It's more of it's more of a personality. No, it's more of a physical traits that you have. Okay. Wealthy is personality traits. Something that's inside of you. Yeah. So it's different. I can look rich.
Right.
Heck yeah. But I can't look wealthy.
Nah, that's facts.
Big facts.
So I see men all the time and you would not know that they were wealthy because you can't look it. Yeah. But you can look rich, but you cannot look wealthy. Mm-hmm. So that's my definition of that.
There's just some people that are both.
Yeah. Some people work hard, play hard. Duh. I would too.
And we all trying to get there.
Right, if I'm a millionaire, I'm gonna have a G-Wagon. I'm gonna look rich, but it's like, it's not stopping with that. It's like, I have wealth. So it's like.
And y'all see the chain. Y'all see the chain. She flexing.
No, I'm just saying,
Like she knows.
Ooh, she's stunting.
I didn't
But yeah, so wealth is different than being rich. I would rather date a wealthy man than a rich man. Because a rich man, I feel like I'm always going to be like worried because it's like we're just looking at this. Is this really us? Like are we really have money, or are we just looking like we have money?
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
Like how long can your money last? For the next 10 years, 50 years, 100 years? Are our kids gonna be okay? I think like that. Mm-hmm. Because you can buy me a purse every week, and you can buy, all this and go on trips every week. But is that
Is that last thing?
Yeah, like when it's time to have kids, can
the kids
go to like when kids go to college, I want to help. So are we gonna be able to?
Yeah.
So no.
Yeah.
That kind of matters.
Spending facts. All right. Well, yeah, that's facts time for me. Yeah, but I appreciate you for talking today. Yeah, no, but we appreciate you for coming in today, Ty. You know, that was a lot of knowledge you dropped on us today. You know, we got a woman's perspective. We're going to try to add some more of y'all on here. We need the women's perspective, okay? Because, you know, we're men. We have, you know, our own views, our own personal views, but it's always nice, you know, to have that. So we appreciate you.
Way differently.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's okay.
Well, yeah.
Because that's like, you know, me and man, because we think differently.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, we appreciate you for coming on
today.
Thank you.
You didn't look as nervous as you said.
No, we're not. I thought I was though.
No, you were good. All right, we appreciate y'all. Say what you said. Thank you again for tuning in, guys. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe to our channel. Zae, any last words, man?
I always try to speak to the youth, but if I can speak to anybody, I appreciate that as well. Continue to keep fighting at whatever you want to do in life. Stay healthy mentally and physically, and just know that success isn't easy, but as long as you're fighting, that's all that matters.
Thank you. Thank you again, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We out.
Baby, I could love you better. Look me in my eyes and tell me you feel the same. Can't relate to what they say, I'm so confident I know that you feel the same. Cause ooh, I can't believe it.